I was talking to a client today who asked me to put together a video on what are the biggest trends I saw in business in 2018 that they should keep an eye on in 2019. And ask and you shall receive. So I put together a list here of 5 things that really stuck out to me over the last year that I am going to challenge you to look at for 2019 and focus on these things. So the first one was culture, and I've said it 100 times, culture equals cash. I spent some time working in a healthcare company and an IT company, and the cultures in those two were led from the top and directly impacted the rest of the organization. And there's 2 big areas. The first one was celebration. They both realized that we're not doing a good enough job of thanking people, telling them they're doing a great job. And the phrase I always like to use, it's from Ken Blanchard, is catching people doing something right. So big idea, small wins, medium wins, big wins. When something goes right, take a minute to praise people, show your appreciation, thank them, celebrate them. I promise they're gonna do a much better job. They'll be more engaged, they'll be happier, good employee, get just what you want for your employees. The other thing was, and this comes from some Google research I saw, and I've known this for years, but Google really zoomed in on it. It was psychological safety. That you have to create an environment where people feel safe to be vulnerable, to speak with candor, to bring up difficult issues, to challenge other people's ideas. Again, one of my favorite Amazon quotes, be tough on ideas and easy on people. So you have to create a culture where people feel safe enough to do that, because if not, you're not getting the feedback you need, you're not getting the best ideas, people aren't doing their best work when they're scared. So gotta make your business a safe place. Big idea there too. The next one was leadership. And again, I've worked in several companies. I've been running a leadership program for the National Association of Federal Credit Unions, NAFCU, awesome people. And I've ran their Management and Leadership Institute for about 8 years now. And the focus this year, it has been moving this way, but the focus this year was really on servant leadership, on getting away from do as I say, not as I do, Theory X, command and control, a militaristic type of leadership, which I still see in a lot of companies. I don't understand it, to a leadership style of, and I'm just going to put it, loving on your people. Just, realizing that the pyramid is switched. It's not the leader at the top and the front line down here. It's the reverse. It's the leader down here supporting the rest of the organization, and especially the front line that's directly interacting with the customers. I mean, those people make or break the future of your company. Why isn't the leader spending every day, instead of telling people what to do, asking people how they can help them, how they can serve them? So servant leadership, big idea is going to get even bigger going forward, especially with all the millennials and Gen Z coming to the workforce, because they demand this. The next one, number 3, customer experience. Wow. This is one of the new buzz phrases, the CX, customer experience, got to have a great shopping, buying, and owning experience. And I got the great fortune this year to work for one of the top luxury boat companies in the world, focus on customer service and customer experience. And with me were the head of customer experience and service for Mercedes-Benz, Harley-Davidson, the Ritz-Carlton, and Disney. And we all got to share ideas and information. So the idea here is you got lots of competition. People do a lot of research. They got other products just like yours. So they're probably selling at the same price or lower. One of the only great differentiators you have is how close of a relationship do you create with your customers? Do you own the voice of the customer? Do you truly deeply listen to them and learn from them, and then use that information to take great care of them throughout the entire customer journey? So every step of the way, are you meeting or exceeding their expectations? And the only way you know what those are is to ask them what their expectations are. And then train like crazy around how to help your employees consistently deliver superior customer service, superior customer experiences. Number 4, accountability. Work with some companies in Australia and New Zealand on this, and a few other places across the United States and other folks, Mexico. And here's the idea that comes across. People don't like to hold other people accountable because they think they're being mean. It's exactly the opposite. Holding your people accountable allows them to be successful and allows your company to be successful. When you set clear expectations for people, I always say this, binary measurements, it's 1, 0, black, white, yes, no, no guessing, no ambiguity. When people have that, they feel safe because they know what they're supposed to deliver. And when they agree to deliver that, when they do, you get to celebrate them. Right? And when you don't, at least you've got clear expectations, you've discussed it, they'd agree to do it, and we can have a very professional and clear conversation about what this person can do to improve their performance and improve the performance of the company, which is the biggest thing. Is if you have a culture that doesn't have high levels of accountability, what it hurts the most is the future of the business. Because that kind of culture is going to let things slip, it's going to disappoint customers, you're going to have internal issues and problems because people aren't doing jobs to help each other. So a culture of disciplined execution and accountability, absolutely essential. Which brings me to the last one, disciplined execution and accountability. Again, I worked with a huge financial organization, another high-tech firm, and what we were really working on was, I did a lot of strategy workshops this year, a bunch of executive coaching, and the key idea here was, how do we take our strategy and our plans and our projects, things we got to get delivered, and make sure that we execute them with discipline. And the tools that I looked at this year, and I think you need for next year and every year, is those clear binary KPIs. But the key idea here is there's KPIs at different levels, but you need some very specific KPIs for the organization overall. The lead indicators that are going to tell you, are we focused on the right things? Am I allocating my resources, my time, my people, my money, my assets to the best areas? And then are we measuring those areas so we really know that we're delivering the most value there and they're going to have the highest impact on the future of our company? The other big thing that I focused on was keeping that strategy, that plan at top of mind. Hard to execute something you don't look at but once a year. So cadence was the big idea here. Are you having daily huddles, 8 minutes, 10 minutes with the key people to make sure the strategy is going forward? You spend maybe an hour a week with your team talking about, are we on plan? Is the strategy still working? Do you have monthly meetings, quarterly meetings? I won't go through all of it here, but the way you execute efficiently and effectively is to be focused on execution all the time, to be talking about it, looking at it, measuring the KPIs, holding people accountable, creating a culture of disciplined execution and accountability. So those are the big things that I saw, and I think they're things that will help every one of you. So I hope you took some notes or watch the video again, maybe sit down and share it with some of your friends or some of your colleagues in the business or friends in your network, because I think that if you nail these 5 things, you're going to see an elevated level of success in your organization in 2019. Thanks so much. Take good care. I look forward to talking to you soon.